Now, Pakistan has been put on a notice by the United States. Now, after restrictions from 7 countries for Muslims entering into the United States, the question was asked to the Trump administration, why is it that Pakistan has not made to that list, given the fact that it sheltered the dreaded 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden, who was neutralized there by the U.S. forces? Why is it that Pakistan was not also given a direct message? So, to this is what the Trump administration has replied. White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus has said the reason we chose those 7 countries was because these 7 countries were identified by the Obama administration as well. They were most identifiable with dangerous terrorism taking place in their countries. And now you can point to other countries that have similar problems like Pakistan and others. And perhaps we need to take it further. But for now, immediate steps pulling the band-aid off is to do further vetting for people from Pakistan. So let's take you through this entire quote once again of what the Trump administration has said while giving out a direct message to Pakistan, and Pakistan better listen to it this morning. Pakistan is semi-unstable and the problem is they have nuclear weapons, is what Donald Trump has said as part of his poll campaign earlier. Another radical Islamic attack in Pakistan, at least 67 dead and 400 injured. He's always identified Pakistan as a terror nation as well. Probably the most dangerous country in the world today. The only country that can check Pakistan is India, is what Donald Trump has believed in. And when will Pakistan apologize? One sanctuary to Osama bin Laden for 6 years is what Donald Trump has said earlier in the day as well. And when will Pakistan apologize for giving sanctuary to Osama bin Laden? But now, as he's been made the president, we're given to understand there could be a stringent step against Pakistan as well. And that means the news for India, that India has been asking for diplomatic isolation of Pakistan for it to be identified as a terror state. It's a welcoming news. Let me go across to India today. Is Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us this morning. Gaurav, how are you reading the White House statement, which has said only a band-aid has been ripped off right now, but we are vetting various applications and Pakistan will also have to answer?
This is a significant first step that the United States administration is taking under Donald Trump. Additional vetting of all passports, not just from Pakistan, but also from Afghanistan. And as far as Afghanistan is concerned, it's more so because increasingly a large number of Pakistanis, since they realize Pakistani passports are unwelcome, they've been applying for Afghan passports. And that is why Afghanistan also roped in with Pakistan for additional vetting. But as far as the first step is concerned, the Donald Trump administration has taken the first step. While Pakistan is not on the list of the 7 Islamic countries where there are major visa restrictions, but now there will be additional vetting, and this would, God willing, mean that Pakistani civil society will mount pressure on their government to crack down on terror of all forms. Globally, countries have said Pakistan is a terror epicenter, it's terror central, but they've shied away from taking direct action, and Osama bin Laden notwithstanding. But now it is hoped more will be done, Devina.
Gaurav, I also want to ask you that when the Trump administration has said you can point to other countries that have similar problems like Pakistan and others, perhaps we need to take it further. Donald Trump during his election campaign had maintained that it's only India that can check Pakistan's growing menace. And this means that for India, we could look at counter-terror operation pacts being signed with Pakistan being in focus with the United States.
India is the pivot to Asia was what the earlier administration of Barack Obama used to say. India-US engagement, we expect a lot more to happen even under Donald Trump. And that was India's entire effort, irrespective of who comes to White House, whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats. The relationship should continue to spiral, should continue to see an upswing. Now that will happen, but whether this would mean that the world will be more accommodative of Indian concerns on Pakistan-sponsored terror remains the big, because that is something that is still not happening the way India wants it to happen in terms of cracking down on, let's say, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hafiz Mohammed Saeed, Jaish-e-Mohammed with Maulana Masood Azhar as its head, with countries like China blocking action against Masood Azhar at the United Nations. So India expects a more robust global policy on Pakistan-sponsored terror. That needs to be done, and that is where India's hoping and actively participating
Yes.
to ensure that Pakistan can be isolated.
Yes, but during his campaigning also, when Donald Trump had given out messages of Pakistan being a terrorist state, let me also get Kaswar from Islamabad. Now, Kaswar, once he was elected as a US president, Donald Trump in a phone call with Nawaz Sharif had praised the Pakistan prime minister while saying that the civilian government is that what he believes in. Now, how is the Pakistan administration reading the White House statement after a Muslim ban from 7 countries directly? Pakistan could be next on the list. It's been put on a notice by Trump administration.
Well, honestly, the Pakistan has not reacted officially to the United States when it comes to the statement of, the spokesperson of White House. But definitely, but I have spoken to the spokesperson of Pakistan's Foreign Office. They simply deny to react to the statement, saying that definitely it's not the official correspondence between the government of Pakistan and United States. And we have always never ever reacted to the statement, to the press statement. So this is what we are getting from the Pakistani side. So if you remember, in the past, we have seen the such statements as well. Pakistani foreign officials never reacted to the media report. But definitely, when it comes to the Pakistan and US relationship, they have always been fragile since 1947. And when we talk about the Trump and the Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif relationship, let me tell you, on 30 November 2016, the both leaders have discussed the Pakistan and US relationship in detail. And soon after, Trump made a call to Prime Minister Nawaz.
Okay. All right. Kaswa, thanks for joining us on the story. Gaurav, be with us because here's another angle that we're getting this morning, that there's been a petition that's been signed in the United Kingdom now. There are over 800,000 signatures that have come together, which means that the Parliament in the UK is now mandated to debate cancellation of the Donald Trump visit to the United Kingdom. This is more than 800,000 people signing a petition calling for a cancellation of President Donald Trump's visit to the UK this summer. The petition was signed by Sunday night against Trump's visit, which is due to take place in the summer this year. The petitioners claim that the visit would be subject to embarrassment for the entire country and for the Queen as well. Senior Conservatives joined Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, in calling for the visit to be suspended. While Trump's controversial immigration ban is in place, Donald Trump's state visit to the UK is expected to be debated in Parliament after Senior Conservatives joined hundreds of thousands calling for it to be cancelled. Let me go across to India Days. Gaurav Sawant is still with us. Now, Gaurav, even as there is a chorus growing for Donald Trump's against Donald Trump's controversial move on Muslim ban, the United Kingdom and the United States, now these have been two leading axes in the Western world. How do you see the relationship changing there? Theresa May, for example, yesterday not coming out in absolute condemnation of Trump's new policies, but now there's a signature campaign rolled out against Trump's state visit.
There will be a debate and there should be a debate. But as you very rightly pointed out, Theresa May did not come out against Donald Trump. There's a reason for this. Entire Brexit policy of the United Kingdom, the fact that they came out of the European Union or they want to come out of the European Union given the situation even in Europe. So this is something that the entire Western world is grappling with. You have to take in refugees, but you have to also ensure that your country is safe from terrorists. That is something that the world is grappling with. We've seen the way Germany took in a number of people. We've seen the way there have been reactions in Norway, in Sweden. So there is a clash and there is need for a debate. There will be a debate, but if you also notice in the United States, the Trump administration has refused to back down. They are going ahead despite the protests. So again, what is the way to fine-tune a policy that you get in people who genuinely need aid, who genuinely need help, but also at the same time keep your country safe from terror? And that is the primary concern. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen.
All right. Gaurav, thanks for joining us. Want to take our viewers also through this petition that's been now declared closed. Signatories believe Donald Trump should be banned from UK entry. They've said UK has banned entry to many individuals for hate speech. The same principle should apply to everyone who wishes to enter the United Kingdom, is to continue applying unacceptable behavior criteria to those who wish to enter its border. It must be fairly applied to the rich as well as poor, the weak as well as powerful. Going on to indicate it's for now the US President Donald Trump as well. Moving on to the other story we get.